Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie. I don't know.
What was that? I'm Carla
I
Marie.
don't know what's going on with my voice.
Jen, thank you very much for those 10 gifted Tier 1 subs to the community. Dave C. with another 10. I think
Damn.
just in those 3 events, we might go over Hype Train Level 5 because it hasn't even started yet, but that might push us over the edge. I am wearing my You Look Great cotton candy tie-dye in solidarity with everyone else who's getting their orders this week.
It's awesome.
It's been really cool seeing everyone post their orders, like their shipment email or the actual order coming in, kids opening up the packages, which is really cool to see. And I will ask everyone a favor. If you did order merch, I'm in about 10 minutes because I want to give people enough time to join this. Whether you're watching this on Twitch now or maybe later on YouTube, I'm going to have a request for everyone who purchased something from our You Look Great limited edition store.
Okay.
Why are your eyes getting all big, Carla Marie?
Because according to Claire, we have hit Hype Train Level 5 at 297%.
Jeez.
This just makes up for yesterday.
Although yesterday we decided we probably should have made Hype Train Level 5. It was just we missed it by like 3 seconds.
See, it's so...
How are we more delayed than everyone else that's watching?
Ours is 213%.
I'm excited to see 380. That's really cool to see. And we still have 3 minutes left. This is crazy. All right, so a lot of people are at 213, but apparently we're going to get as high as 380 at least. So you may as well start serving up that cocktail, Miss Bartender.
Jeez.
This is also the most I've drank this week, or the last week and a half, really. It's the most I've drank probably in a year.
That's why I think this is happening.
We went out a little bit last night. When I say went out, we went to a going-away party. For a friend, Strawberry, who's going to go down to Sacramento to do his show with Lizette. I'm very happy for them. But there were some drinks there and a lot of tacos. I also found out I can't be trusted to have adult food limitations when there is a taco bar available. Because I'm not exaggerating. I think I had 12 tacos yesterday. At least. We were there for like 4 hours.
I probably had 4.
And I just kept going back. And I don't know if part of it was me. There was like new people and maybe I was like nervous eating. You ever do that when you're just like, oh, I got to do something. I can't just be sitting here.
I know. I ran out of water and I didn't want to drink any more alcohol. And I was like, I'm just going to sit here.
Oh, Julie said she listens to Strawberry and Lizette in the afternoons. That is fantastic. And if you did listen to them here in Seattle, you can listen to them on the iHeartRadio app live. I'm sure they're going to have a podcast version of their show at some point again. But definitely check them out. Definitely good people and deserve some support.
Yeah.
Carla Marie, we still have 2 minutes left of this hype train.
Well, we can still do it now.
But what if we're toasting? What if we get to like 700%?
Okay.
You know? But you can tell people what we will be drinking and where they can find the recipe.
It's a
The
watermelon.
recipe's over there, by the way, on that piece of paper.
It's a watermelon Jolly Rancher in honor of Watermelon Month. And it's Tito's Vodka and Watermelon Pucker. And the recipe, as always, seattlecocktailclub.com/CMA.
Do we have more?
We do.
Okay, because Dave C84 said if you hit 400, you should do 2 shots.
Well, technically, if we hit 400, we should do 4 shots.
Well, why would you say that?
We're not going to.
I was going to say if we hit 500, I will offer to do 2 shots. I can't speak for Carla Marie.
We'll see.
But we still have on our clock here, we have 1 minute and 5 seconds left.
Dave, no!
Well, you're the one that said 4 shots. Don't get mad at
we're
Dave.
Not gonna do 4. We'll do 4 total.
What is a ghost's favorite fruit? A blueberry. Thank you, Bust a Move. 12 tacos. I know 12 tacos in 4 hours isn't a lot, but you've got to remember, like, it's not like there were a ton of people. I just felt like I was the one that was always at the taco bar by myself. Like, every time someone looked over at me, I was getting a taco or 3.
I mean, I was eating a lot of chips.
Jordan and Puyallup, good morning. Dave C84, thank you for the 200 bits, but it does not look like we're going to hit. Oh, wait, did we get to 400? Where is everyone seeing this 400
I think
number?
you guys are trolling us.
And now for people who are watching on YouTube later, usually in the chat function of Twitch, you'll see the hype train countdown. We are at 5 seconds right now at 237%. Diana said we're at 493. Where is this coming from?
I think it's 403.
Oh, 403. All right, hype train success. Let's see what it says.
Yeah, wait, what if you refresh this? That doesn't touch this, right?
Level 5 completed. 29 subs, 400 bits.
Jesus Christ.
Is it going to tell us? All right, so I'm going to have to take your word for it. And if you guys all coordinated to lie and say 403%, you know what? That's pretty impressive.
Well, the rest of the alcohol is downstairs.
Well, you're gonna have to do that. But let's take the first shot right now, and we'll wait 5 minutes to take the second shot. How about that? Are we good? You don't have to. I offered to take a second shot. You did not. Ready, Carla Marie? Cheers to you. Cheers to Seattle Cocktail Club, and cheers to everyone who supported the stream this morning. Thank you very, very much. Woo! That shot is a lot easier to take. Nick NYC, thank you very much for the 200 bits. That shot is a lot easier to take when you eat something in the morning. Because I had a Cliff Bar earlier. Makes a huge difference. I got to start eating in the morning. It seems to be the key. Let's see. Busted Move said, Anthony, have you been selling any more shoes lately? Funny story.
Is this someone who was at the party last
Because yesterday we were actually talking about foot things and all the foot things that we learned doing Dirty Little Secret when we started that back on Power 93.3 in 2016. And how we actually have a pretty in-depth knowledge of a lot of things that we probably never would have thought to have an in-depth knowledge about. Selling shoes would be one of those.
So,
Wendy in Brooklyn said she sent us a picture of the 403%. Let's see if there's proof.
Selling shoes, but like selling shoes to people who have foot fetishes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I sell shoes on the internet all the time.
Yeah, not selling shoes like Foot Locker. I don't really have any info on that.
Nick Wax said, just have to drop in to say shout out to Ollie.
Ollie, come on, Ollie.
If you don't know what Nick's talking about, this morning on the Morning Show podcast, you can listen to wherever you get your podcasts. In today's Cover Lovers, one of the songs we played was Come On Eileen. And Martha, who is now laughing in the chat, played against her husband, Mikey. And Mikey knew the song. Anthony thought Mikey said, Come On Eileen, and was about to ding him. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. He just said, Come On Ali.
Which means for years at every wedding that he's gone to, and that song has come on. Every white person wedding that there's no way you don't play that song.
And did we figure out what year that song came out? It's not like this is a new song.
Is it late 70s, early 80s? When did that song come out?
1982.
82, okay.
I was laughing so hard for the rest of that game that I had to move away from the mic, and it was definitely distracting. We were then driving to Costco after it, and I just started busting out laughing in the car.
We did get 403%, Carla Marie, according to this picture. Could have been edited, but I'm going to believe it because I want to believe it. Also, my cousin Michelle said she was going to text me about this today, and
Does she mean Come On Ali or sneakers?
I think selling sneakers. Maybe. I guess I'll have to talk to my cousin, which will be, oddly enough, the second cousin I talked to selling shoes online to.
I mean,
I was telling this story yesterday while we were at Strawberry's Going Away party.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin Lindsay in New Jersey was getting ready to move in with her fiance at the time, now husband, and she was like, let me see if I can sell any of these sneakers, and she put them up on eBay, not thinking anything about foot fetishes or people. She was putting up sneakers, like used Vans, for next to nothing, just to get rid of them, realizing that every second she put them on, they'd be gone. And then people would be like offering more money for them. And I was like, yeah, those are foot fetish people that are interested. And she was like, yeah, but they're all used and gross. I was like, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, it's something.
Kind of the point. A couple things on the list we are going to get into today. So we moved on from the money shot screen. We are now on the main screen. July 19th, 2020. Welcome to the show. John the Pooping Cat. We're going to talk about that today, which we want to get into that first so that we can move on from it. Then an interesting would you rather cheating edition. And then, does forever actually mean forever? All right, we'll explain all of them in order as we get into them. We normally don't stay in order on the show, but we're going to try to today.
Okay.
So Carla Marie, John the Pooping
I feel
Cat.
like I need to get John the Pooping Cat for this, and I can grab the other alcohol.
What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
You could tell them that I don't have COVID.
Okay, Carla Marie doesn't have COVID. All right, go for it. Make it quick, though. Make it snappy. Lynn's 67 Ras, thank you very much for the subscription. 12 months. Appreciate that. What else do we have here in the chat? Yeah, so Carla Marie did take her COVID test after the show yesterday because she said she wasn't feeling well. Came back negative, thankfully. I think it's just a lot of drinking and probably not hydrating. Is there another giveaway? We are not doing one today, but most likely Thursday. I have to double check with the boss, but we do have more beach waivers that we want to make sure we get into your hands. What's the request? I'm confused, Julie. Oh, cool. Love to see that. Dave C84 said, you guys are the longest stream I've ever been a part of. Well, you're also the longest stream I've ever been a part of. All right, so we got drinks and cats. 22 months. That's awesome. Oh, we did have a request. Thank you. That's what I have to get into. Thank you very much, Julie,
wait.
and thank you very much, Lenny from Queens. What? It's really quick.
I don't know how long it's going to last.
Well, really quick, as you are getting your stuff in from the You Look Great store, whatever it was, if you could take or have someone take a picture of you, a good quality picture this way, horizontal. We want to make a new intro video for Twitch where we have pictures of everyone and their name and location from around the country. And it's kind of like a mosaic slideshow, if you will. So you can do that. You can email us hello@carlamarineanthony.com with the picture, your name, and where you're from.
Which direction are they taking the photo?
I think horizontal, right?
I think maybe both, because one helps me for social media.
So one this way, horizontal, vertical, and send those to hello@carlamarineanthony.com.
Johnny.
Okay. Let's get into John the Pooping Cat quickly.
Yesterday, I hear a lot of scraping. And I'm like, what is going on? And I see Erica and John at the bottom of my steps doing this, which is Jonathan.
He's freaking out.
He doesn't like me on camera, which is what cats do in a litter box. And I'm like, what is on the steps? Because sometimes they'll do that around food, like things that they are quote unquote done with.
Or a little dingleberry.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, whose poop fell out? Nope. John, like, full on pooped all over the steps. It seemed like he had diarrhea, but it didn't. It was like soft poop.
It's still very early, so don't get too in depth here.
Well, it's about to get crazy. So I was like, oh no. And I was like, well, which one of you is it? So I immediately pick up Erica, look at her butt. I don't see anything. And I look at his butt, which I described this to the rest of the content club, that John the cat has as much hair on his butt as John the human has on his head.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fluffy. And I was like, oh no. It literally looked like a baby's diaper exploded. And I was like, John, going in the tub. So I lock him in the bathroom and I fill up the tub and I put him in there, and immediately the tub water is just like, there was a lot more than I thought there. So I like clean really just his bottom. Like I didn't fully submerge him. I just really wanted to wash his butt. And he was like,
wait, if you just wanted to wash his butt, but he was in poop water, you have to wash all of him and then put him in new water.
He wasn't submerged. Like, then I drained the tub and then rinsed his butt under the faucet. It was a time. But while the poop was in the tub, he was panicking and he jumped out of the tub. But when he jumped out, water splashed all over my face, into my mouth, and into my eyeball.
So you have pink eye now.
Well, actually, I'm shocked because it was burning for a long time yesterday. As many times I used drops, and I don't have any pink eye today yet. But maybe that is why I felt like crap this morning. So when his hair was wet, I was snipping away at his butt, trying to like get as much of it off, because they go to the vet next month and they're gonna get what is it called? Something groom that they do to their butt.
Well, no one cares about their vet appointment. We just care about the poop butt.
Yeah, well, poop butt is gonna happen no more.
I mean, thankfully I was gone the whole time this happened.
Yeah, I was like, when Anthony came home, I was like, "Are you wondering why John is wet?"
I didn't even realize that, so I wasn't wondering it. But that is John the Poop Cat. And Carla Marie, if she has pink eye by Thursday, we're going to know why. Huh?
Move this arm.
Oh, like my actual arm?
Oh, I thought you could see him.
No, he's behind the chair.
Get out of here.
There he goes. Into the gates of heaven.
Oh. Oh no.
What?
Jen said that their dog Lucy was doing the same thing yesterday, got dehydrated, inflamed, and got admitted to the pet hospital. Hopefully she's coming home this afternoon.
Jeez.
Guys,
That is a lot.
it's not fun. And dehydration is honestly, they just don't take care of themselves. You know?
Fred the mailman said Carla Marie got some feces pieces. All right, let's pour up that second shot
Oh, shoot.
in honor of John the Poop Cat and the fact that we went to 400% of the hype train today, which more than makes up for not hitting it yesterday, officially hitting it yesterday.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Miami.
Mr. Miami Cool, speaking of dehydration, thank you for the hydration reminder.
Can you also re-explain the photo thing?
Yes. So if you are receiving You Look Great merchandise from our You Look Great store, do us a favor, as long as you want to be a part of this. Take a vertical picture, like have someone take a picture of you, a good vertical picture and a good horizontal picture, one of each that you are a fan of. Send it our way to hello@carlamarineanthony.com. That way we can get you included in some social media stuff we're doing and a new intro video that I want to put together for Twitch that has kind of like a shout out to everyone who has been part of this.
And I need you to tap into your most hashtag influencer that you can with taking these photos and like make sure there's good lighting, great background.
Just make it a good picture. That's it. You don't have to go crazy with it. Merrick3298, thank you for the redeem posture check.
No date we need the photos by, really. Just it doesn't have to be like tomorrow. Just,
Sooner rather than later.
we know people are not getting their stuff for like another week. Which way? Both ways.
Yeah, both. Horizontal and vertical.
Of you wearing it, yes, not of just the merch.
Hot dog and hamburger.
Or something cool, like if you're going on vacation or family or whatever it may be.
Just cool pictures. Whatever you whatever looks or seems like a cool picture in your mind, send it our way. Mr. Miami Cool said he's wearing his right now.
It's awesome.
It really does. It's funny because we put so much effort into the push, right? Of like, these are the only 2 or 3 weeks we have to buy stuff. So we're constantly talking about it. And then we can kind of relax while the manufacturer is putting everything together, the warehouse is shipping everything out. So then seeing everyone get their orders is like reinvigorating.
Yeah.
It brings back that original excitement of putting it all together. So thank you very much to everyone who has tagged us and posted about it so far on social. I mean, some stuff is still available, so that helps us push that as well. So thank you very much.
Email hello@carlamarineanthony.com.
Yep, that's the best way. Because a lot of times when things get sent to our Instagrams, it's just there's a lot that gets sent there. So email's a little easier to organize. We can put it into folders and stuff like that. So we are now on to shot. Ooh, this is a bigger shot than the first shot.
I don't know what happened.
What's wrong with you? Cheers to 400% of Hype Train level 5. What, Carla Marie?
I'll tell you in a second.
All right.
Don't lose that chat. Save it. I almost spilled it on me. What? All right, I'm gonna do this like a cool, like in Coyote Ugly when they would take shots. I would watch that movie and be like,
I can't wait to see you spill this all over your face.
damn, no, there's no spilling. They'd be like, oh, I'm doing this like there's nothing. They were just taking shots of water. That's why.
Wow, that was actually pretty fast.
I wanted to be like Piper. Okay, Kelly in New Jersey said that she got her brother a shirt to wear during their hike on their cruise since she lost Cover Lovers. If you remember
I do remember that.
Yeah.
When is the cruise? It's got to be coming up pretty soon, right? What was that noise?
It just.
Oh, there's chapstick in the bag, too.
Yes, every order is getting a chapstick with it, so don't throw that away. Wendy in Brooklyn, when you surprise Caitlin with your order, email it to us.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, moving on. We talked about John the Pooping Cat. we still have at least a half hour of this show, so we got some things to talk about. Would you rather cheating edition? Okay. Let me give you a little backstory. We were at this event yesterday with Strawberry, and this conversation came up about a couple that someone at the party knew. They got married, and then a month later, they were getting a divorce. Later on, the person who was at the wedding found out that the reason they got the divorce was because of cheating. And your first thought is probably like, how do you cheat within a month of getting married? Turns out there was some cheating before the wedding.
Yes.
They thought it was resolved. Then there was some cheating
Yeah.
after the wedding. Therefore, it wasn't resolved, which ended the relationship.
Like, groom catches her cheating and is like, we're getting married. You can't be cheating anymore. And she's like, you're right. I'm going to stop cheating. And then continues to cheat. And he catches her. Marriage done.
So, my first thought when I heard this story was, well, were they cheating with the same person? I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of as opposed to like, oh my God, it's so sad that happened. That was probably quickly after. Then I asked everyone at the party, well, we don't know the answer to this, but if you were in that situation, and obviously no one wants to be in that situation, but if you were in that situation, would you rather that your person, the person you married, cheated with the same person that they were cheating with before you got married, or a new person?
I have my answer,
And
and I stand by it.
What is your answer, Carla Marie?
I would like it to be a different person
Mm-hmm.
because in my mind, then they clearly have a problem. It's a problem if you're cheating on someone, obviously, but it's not like, oh, they were in love with someone else and they weren't sure about our relationship. No, they clearly have a problem that isn't going to be fixed, and that is no longer my problem. I am moving on from this.
So you're saying you would rather that because you would feel like, okay, they're almost addicted to cheating.
Yes.
It's less about you and more about them wanting to just hook up with whoever they want to hook up with. I think I agree with your answer, but for different reasoning.
Okay.
Okay. I agree that I think I would want it to be a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is weird because now you're like in a state where you're choosing who your person's cheating with, and that's not really an option. But and this is where Mishi taught me is kind of hitting the nail on the head. I think a new person means they are just interested in new physical interactions, new physical relationships. Going back to the old person who you were caught with,
yes,
addressed, right? You thought you moved past it. To
it's almost
me,
like a double stab in the back.
That's not even a stab in the back. That's a stab in your stomach because they're saying, I couldn't quit that person even though I married you.
So insane. Can we
Right.
get a poll?
I think that's what that would mean to me.
I think we need a poll. I don't know. I can't do it from here.
So this is something that people say often. Angela in Spokane said in the chat said, in my opinion, emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. So my first question about that is, what do you classify as emotional cheating? Is there
You're saying I love you to someone?
I think that's extreme, but yeah, that obviously is emotional cheating.
That's not extreme.
No, I think that's the most extreme version of emotional cheating. If you're telling someone I'm in love with you, not I love you, because I love you is a sentiment.
I'm in love with you and not having sex with them.
Yes, because it has to be. We have to draw the distinction between I am in love with you and I love you. Like, you can love a lot of people in different ways, but I think being in love is something that's a little more exclusive.
We got the poll. We figured it out.
Okay, how do I write this in a succinct question?
Just write
New cheater or old cheater?
new cheater or same cheater.
New cheater or same cheater.
Fred the Mailman said, we don't need to hear that. No one can see this.
Done.
Oh, we can allow some bits per vote.
Let's just let people vote.
I just wanted to play with
3 minutes.
Fred the Mailman said, I like my bride like I like my pizza without somebody's ween on it.
I've seen that meme that's going around about it was like a guy's dating profile on Tinder or Hinge or something. It was like, broke up with my girlfriend because she didn't know how I liked my coffee without other people's dick in it.
Nick NYC said if the guy who did cheat wanted to stick around, he should have got couples counseling and individual therapy as well. Maybe it would work out. Well, fun fact, in this scenario, it was the bride.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is while we were being told this scenario about how there was a wedding, someone cheated before and after, immediately I did what Nick NYC did. I was like, oh, that guy's a piece of garbage. And it was like, but it was the bride that did it. Which I don't know why. We always give women the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, their bride would never cheat.
No, women don't cheat. They just murder the people that they're with.
And they also get caught less, except not in this situation. But let's go back to what Angela in Spokane said.
That girl was clearly like not sleuth enough to be
you're
a
just
female.
But here's something else to think of. We'll go on this tangent instead.
Did she want to?
Did she want to get caught? I think, and she could have just been a bad cheater, right? She could have just been dumb and left clues and whatnot. But let's think about this a little more in depth for a moment. She clearly has feelings for this other person, right? If you were willing to cheat on your fiance, beforehand,
I don't
and
know
most likely cheat afterwards,
that doesn't mean it's a feelings thing.
I think if you are risking that consistently, it's feelings. If it was at her bachelorette party and she hooked up with someone and didn't even know who that person was or wasn't going to reach out to them again, that's different.
We did get confirmation that it was the same person for her.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I missed that part of the conversation. So, okay, that establishes it even more then. Did she want to get caught? Did she want to make her fiance and then husband break up with her to free her to date this other person?
Okay, that's absurd. But CMG4685 said, I'd be breaking up with them either way. So I almost prefer the old cheater. This way it meant something. It wasn't just someone being a dick. Maybe they just found someone they wanted to be with more. That's fair.
I mean, that's actually very kind of you to have that sentiment and that empathy to be like, you know what? If you're not going to be with me, be with someone that you at least care about equally, if not more. Whereas I'm like, nah, I'll burn every bridge. I don't care. I don't care about you anymore.
Desiree said, I think calling off the wedding a month before would be better than people finding out you get divorced a month later because you cheated.
I think when they happen in that close of a time period, it almost doesn't matter because you're a month before the wedding.
It does matter because I just took time out of my life.
You had a huge party.
No. As a guest, I took time out of my life, possibly my summer, because you know what? Summer weddings actually are fucked up.
No, I disagree with you entirely because.
And I give you a gift that I'm not getting back.
That's true.
And your shower I maybe went to, and possibly your bachelorette party. Like, truly, you can't be a part of a wedding without spending $1,000 anymore.
Agreed. Most people aren't part of the wedding like that, though. Most people are just guests at the wedding.
Okay. Even then, as a female going to a wedding, okay?
Why is it any different than being a male?
Because most times you have to buy a new dress, and it's not because you want to. Because trust me, I would love to wear the same thing. It probably doesn't fit anymore.
Oh well, that's a you problem.
No, that's a female problem.
That's not the bride or the groom's problem that you don't fit into your old clothes.
It is a societal problem.
No, stop. Because this is a totally different topic.
No, because women's clothes are specifically made so that you have to buy new ones all the time.
But you said, I don't fit into my old dresses. That's the reason you have to buy a new dress. That is no one's fault. And listen, that's life, right? You get bigger, you get smaller.
Nope. I have dresses that are me at, like, one dress will fit, then the next one will fit, then the next one will fit. It's not even like a weight thing. It's like I have my period.
This is a whole different topic, though.
Anyway,
because
you have to go
what
through
I'm saying
this process
is your size, Carla Marie, your size and what you can wear is completely independent of if you were invited to a wedding or not. They're just not involved.
Size aside.
Okay.
Going to a wedding as a female is way more involved than going as a male.
Okay. Again, this is a different topic.
And this is why I'd rather you, whoever you are, decide a month before your wedding, not a month after, and waste my time.
I disagree mainly because...
How do you disagree?
Because
the amount of money you have to spend and
oh my God, if you would stop talking, I could tell you why I disagree.
Don't scream, but go ahead.
So, the reason I disagree, Carla Marie, is I've never had a bad time at a wedding.
It's fair.
Right? If you're going to invite me to a party, let me have the party. Don't let me look forward to the party, book my ticket, make some plans, and then cancel the party a month before. Your relationship was garbage anyway. The person cheated on you before and after. We knew this relationship, in hindsight, was going to end. Mm-hmm. Let's at least have a good time. Mm-hmm. Right? And I think it was Kimmy Cam who said it was a waste of money for the wedding. But at that point, a month before the wedding, if you find out your person is cheating, most of that money you are not getting back. Almost none of it because of all
party, the shower, you're not getting back.
But even the reception hall, things like that, there are deposits. Yeah, there are deposits that are going into that. So you just
go through with this and fake it?
May as well. You spent all the money. Have a good time.
No.
I don't know if I would cancel it. Although I guess I'd be heartbroken enough to cancel it.
Okay, It's Me Meech said, we went to a multi-six-figure wedding that cost us a ton to attend, and the couple was done 6 months later. Within a year, she was with the guy she cheated with and pregnant. Like, she knew where that was going and still went through with the wedding. Can't imagine doing that to my parents who were paying the bill, let alone my fiance/husband.
Now, if you have a multi-six-figure wedding, so we're talking over $200,000, right?
I guess.
Because if you just said six-figure, I'd say it was in the 100 range. Yeah. Multi, you're talking at least more than 200. I'm assuming if you have a $200,000 wedding, you can afford it.
Yeah.
And I know there's people that have weddings that said they took out a loan, blah, blah, blah. But $200,000 is a lot of money to put towards a wedding. Yeah. That said, I'm sure it was a hell of a party. And I'm sure everyone there had a good time. Because if you had a bad time and you spent $200,000 at a wedding, you did something terribly wrong.
I like Tacoma Swiftie. No, you disinvite the bride in this situation, have a dinner with your friends and family.
Oh, that would actually be phenomenal.
It's like a pre-divorce party.
The person who cheated doesn't get to show up. Everyone else does. The invitation, you tell everyone, hey, this is what happened. So-and-so cheated. But if you want to come and rage, like absolutely rage, there's going to be no ceremony. Be comfortable the whole time. And we are going to spend all of that money that we can't get back and just have a phenomenal party. That's awesome.
Lisa said, have a dodge the bullet party and don't get married.
That's a good one, too.
Thank you, Katie. She said, I agree with CM. If you know you're going into it that you're going to get a divorce and it's unfair to your guests to take time out of their lives, spend money on gifts, transportation, hotel rooms, why bother celebrating something that's not worth celebrating? And
because you can't control the future and you can just celebrate that moment.
No, but if they're
if you knew, yeah. I get it. I get that part, but I just like weddings. So
because you originally said just go through with it so that everyone else can go enjoy their time.
I said go through with it because you spent the money.
Who?
The bride and the groom. Okay. You spent the money already. And even the people who booked, right? You could most likely cancel hotel rooms individually.
Flights at this
point.
But
flights are a little more difficult to do. You could get a credit.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they're usually good, reunion type events, right? You see people you haven't seen in a while. Maybe it's like a high school or college friend getting married. You get to hang out, enjoy the weekend. I really like weddings, so don't cancel it on me. Your messy life is not my problem. Let me have the party. Is really what I'm getting to. But it looks like that poll that we did, 80-something% agreed with they would rather a new person rather than the old person you were cheating with.
That's crazy that it was that high.
But I think it makes sense for most people because there's a couple different things you can read into that. Like you said, it's, that person has a problem with cheating and they can't stop it. So there's one school of thought. There was my school of thought of at least it's less of they're in love with someone else and more they're just like dishonest or unfaithful.
Like, I'm just thinking right now, if Sam, a month before her wedding, was like, oh, I'm cheating on William, but we're still going to go through with the wedding, I'd be like, I am going to fucking kill you. Because the amount of money between the bachelor, just me getting to the bachelorette party right now, I'm tracking flights, and that's not Sam's fault. It's just...
the world is expensive.
Absolutely insane that if I get out of this bachelorette party spending $2,000 and I'm not a maid of honor is insane.
So you have me thinking now, Carly, because last summer I went to 2 bachelor parties.
Yeah.
I went to John and Steve.
And you had the best time.
Amazing time. And if Steve or John told me at their bachelor parties like, hey, just so you know, I cheated or so-and-so cheated, we're probably going to break up right after the wedding. I'd be like, thank God for having this bachelor party first. Don't take this away from me because this was so much fun.
No. I'm sure I'll have fun, but
I got to go to
no.
Nashville and Austin. It was great. Let's see. What else do we have in the chat? Yeah, both the Roosevelt's co-founders got married last year, and thankfully, both in fully functional, honest relationships, as far as I know, going in a great direction. Do we know where Sam's bachelorette party is? Is that public information?
I don't know if Sam has announced it yet, so it's not my job.
Okay.
Marie said, Radio Fam said, let's just have more adults parties for no reason.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what we do when we go to like Stagecoach with everyone. Like, that seems, it's not a vacation. It's in a party.
But Stagecoach is something that people don't necessarily like feel obligated to go to, right? It's the people that want to go to Stagecoach go. A wedding, because there's a little bit of obligation there, like if you like the person and you can make it, you usually go. And that's why weddings are so cool, is because you don't have to. It's weird because it's like a forced event, but it's also the best type of forced event.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas a Stagecoach or a group trip with your friends, if one of them has a kid, two of them have kids, they could be like, hey, I can't go, I got kids. Whereas a wedding, they're going to find a sitter or bring the kids with them, something along those lines.
Fair.
Sarah from Fort Lauderdale said, I'm an introvert and avoid parties normally, but go to weddings. Weddings are great.
I love weddings. But I don't want to spend my money on a wedding. Like, I'd rather just go out with my friends for a night than get all ready all day. And if it's a Friday wedding, I guess I don't have a real job, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's a Friday wedding and you just made people take off of work to go to your wedding and you're going to get divorced in a month?
I disagree again. You did them a favor. Use that day.
Oh, yeah.
Take off work. Use that day, go hang out with your friends.
Yeah, but I'd also rather use that day. No, because most times the wedding starts at like 2 or 3. You're taking that day off of work just to get there.
Yeah. There was something. Oh, speaking of weddings, I don't know how this came up. Oh man, why did I want to say this a second ago? Either way, I found out recently talking to my parents about their wedding. I always knew they had a really big wedding. Mm-hmm. Then I found out it was really big earlier in my life because it was a double wedding.
Yep.
It was my mom's wedding and my Aunt Laurice's wedding because they were trying to plan both of their weddings around my Uncle Nick, who was in the Navy, and he was stationed overseas. So he could only come back for a short amount of time. They decided to have their wedding on the same day to make sure he can be there.
It's crazy.
Planned it, everything, and then right before he found out he couldn't get leave and wasn't there anyway.
I'd kill my brother.
But then I found out more recently, posture check and hydrate, thank you very much. Then I found out more recently that there was one of my favorite of my dad's friends. Okay. This guy named Jaleel. I found out that he got into like a brawl at my parents' wedding because some guy was there with his fiance, but his fiance, I guess, previously was interested in my dad's friend, and the guy was jealous that he was there.
Well, that's Jaleel's fault.
Jaleel was just there.
No, but he fought him.
Yeah, but they like cornered him, and like it was almost like the goons cornered him outside and tried to fight him. There was a fight at my parents' wedding. I mean, there were also 600 people, so
I think there was a fight at my sister's wedding too, but I'm not like it wasn't a family fight, which is
really?
Yeah, I think it was like a friends thing. Guys, always cannot be trusted.
Guys fight more often. When women fight, there's like a knife or something. Like women just you did not hear that incorrectly. 600 people were at my mom's wedding.
It's technically 3 families.
Exactly. 3 families, old school Middle Eastern. It was at the church hall in Paramus. I think they had tables outside. It's insane.
You know what is nuts though? Easily we can invite 600 people to a wedding.
Yeah, that's true.
4.
I could do 700. Watch me.
We should. Oh my God, I have ideas. I'm gonna say.
So, moving on though.
Do not know
from cheating. We're still going to talk about weddings. This is a celebrity wedding. So yesterday, Carla Marie, in the morning show podcast, you talked about J-Lo's wedding, right? She got married.
Wedding.
Married in Vegas, right?
Yeah, J-Lo had my legitimate dream wedding.
Well, she's had a lot of them. She's had 4 of them.
At this point, she's probably like, I am not spending another penny on a wedding.
Which brings me to this point that I'm going to make.
Also, there's been rumors floating around in the world that we've been talking about weddings a lot on the show.
We've talked about
That's
weddings
what I
forever.
said.
Yeah. So J-Lo, in the story that you did yesterday on the morning show podcast, you mentioned how J-Lo in her newsletter announced she was married. She changed whatever, put her new signature as her new name. But there was a quote that you said, and it was something along the lines of, "We exchanged the rings that we are going to wear forever."
That's a tough word to use when you're them.
And I don't know how. Not that my opinion on J-Lo's wedding matters to her or what's his name? Brad? No.
I'll let you get there.
Ben Affleck. But if you're engaged 6 times and married 4 times, can you really put that much value in the ring? Like, oh, this is the
Not
ring
even
we're
the
going to
ring.
wear forever.
Just that word to certain people doesn't mean as much to others.
You might wear it for a while. Let's just go with, we might wear this ring for a while.
But in this situation, I will say it's different because, and listen, she may prove me wrong very soon. Who knows? In a month. Who knows?
Yeah.
They were supposed to be married, what, in 2003?
Yeah, 2003, 2004, something like that.
And I feel like they truly were each other's real love and just went on a 20-year break.
Maybe.
And kind of found their way back to one another. And they're like, you know what? We were kids then. We truly did love each other, but we got it all out of our system. And this is it.
So this, her 4th marriage, obviously, we're not going to count the time on that one because it just happened. Mark Anthony, she was married to for 10 years. Pretty good run.
Kids together.
04 to 14. Good run. Chris Judd, I don't even know who that is. Do you know who Chris Judd is?
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 years.
He was her dancer.
02 to 03.
Backup
Okay.
dancer.
And then some name I can't pronounce for a year, 97 to 98.
Oh, Johnny Noah?
Yeah. I don't know who that is. Doesn't really matter much at this point because there have been 3 marriages since then and 2 other engagements. But 10 years, 2 years, and 1 year. So and that's in reverse order. So if you follow the trend, honestly, this marriage to Ben Affleck should be over 10 years because she started at 1, then went to 2, then jumped to 10 years. So if the trend continues.
Isn't there a rumor that Mark Anthony is gay and they were just really together just to have kids? And
Maybe. It wouldn't be the wildest thing in the world to believe that. Jay Garner's the only Jenny I'm a fan of. How long did she date A-Rod? See, they were together for 3 years, I think, at least, right?
know, COVID happened, so who knows?
A-Rod, Jennifer Lopez. Let's see.
Is Mark Anthony married to another woman? I have no idea.
4 years, 2017 to 2021. The couple got engaged in 2019 after A-Rod proposed with a reported $1.8 million engagement ring.
Okay, but I truly believed in that relationship as well. But I want to know, when that ended, was Ben Affleck all right, this is my window? What?
Or did it end because of Ben Affleck?
I know. I didn't want the full details.
I don't know.
Also, I've never really seen her and Ben Affleck interact as adults. 20 years ago, yeah.
So Sarah from Fort Lauderdale said something in the chat. Wow, I felt like that was much longer than 4 years with A-Rod. And I think that's because they were one of those relationships. They were everywhere together. It was a very public, look at us. We are going to profit from this. And which I get, and they should have done that. They're both mega superstars. Make your money. There's not a lot of time on this earth. Take it all. Who cares?
Mark Anthony is engaged to someone else.
There you go. But yeah, I think the reason J-Lo and A-Rod, A, they have very catchy names. B, they're superstars, and they were everywhere together. That was the thing. And I do give J-Lo a lot of credit because A-Rod's image when he was done with the Yankees was absolute garbage. Right? He had his steroid thing.
He was a cheater.
He I do think he broke off his last marriage because of cheating.
Yep.
He wasn't even playing well. He was kind of like this washed up shell of the A-Rod that we knew. And he got together with J-Lo image got cleaned up. He was a baseball analyst, did a phenomenal job of that, started a makeup line, invested in a bunch of
Right.
things. And
Maybe
just,
you need to get with J-Lo. Help out this business.
I mean, you don't got to tell me twice.
There are people that are like, I don't understand why people think J-Lo's attractive.
Those people
Need to be sent to Mars.
are blind.
Actually, they can stay here. I'm going to go to Mars, I think.
I don't know. It doesn't seem very hospitable over there.
But we don't know. Never sent the human yet.
We do know, though, there's like images. There's a rover there. Have you seen the pictures from
Yeah,
the
there's
rover?
a rock stuck in its tire.
I don't think I want to go there right now. Let someone else go there, plant some crops, a couple trees, then we'll figure
They're
it out.
going to send me. I'm doing great at gardening.
Let's see. It was rumored he cheated, and J-Lo said she couldn't trust him, but now he's happy. He's also happy with a new love.
I don't think I covered my strawberry plant last night.
You didn't?
Did you cover it?
No.
Did you notice this morning?
This morning?
Are there strawberries?
I don't know.
I swear to God, whatever this animal is, I'm going to kill it. So help me God. I had 5 strawberries.
They were like little baby. They weren't real strawberries yet, though.
They were green.
Okay. Why would anyone cheat on J-Lo? Here's the interesting thing. I don't think when people cheat, who they're with matters.
No, it does not. It's not like, oh, I'm going to, no.
I don't think there's like a cause and effect. There's not like a risk reward calculation that goes on in your head. You're not like, oh, well, the person that I have has this trait and this trait and this trait and looks like this and does this and has this much money. I think you're just in the moment and you're like, I can do this. And someone, especially if you're as rich and famous as A-Rod, right? A-Rod's a guy who's had millions and millions of dollars since he was 20 years old.
I think it's
right?
really hard for people like that to settle down because you can always have the world. Why settle down?
Thank you for the hydrate reminder, Jen. Appreciate it.
Oh.
Exactly. And when you think of someone like A-Rod, who was a star growing up, everyone knew he was going to be a professional baseball player and one of the best.
And
Got to the Mariners, made millions of dollars. Got to the Rangers, made even more than the Yankees, and made even more. Superstar. And I'm using a guy in this example, but I think women can fall into this trap as well. When you have everything available to you all the time, yeah, you don't feel like you ever need to stop having everything available to you.
And I
don't know if that makes sense.
That's no one's fault, but us
the situation.
Who do that to like Justin Bieber, right? Everyone was like, "Oh my God, this kid's a dick." I'm like, he's 16 with millions of dollars. I would have been a dick too.
And a bunch of people who tell him yes because they make millions of dollars off of him.
I would have been driving Ferraris, peeing in buckets also.
Let's see. That topic is very much in the news right now because model Rachel Radchikowski, how do you say that?
Radchikowski.
And her husband split up over cheating rumors, and she is gorgeous.
That's
Again,
a few people are saying that. You love her.
No, I like Emily Radchikowski. I don't know who.
I think it is Emily.
Is it Emily?
Wait, other people were saying Emily. Is it not Emily?
So here's another way to think of that, okay?
Okay.
Right?
Emily.
Get ready for this. I'm going to blow your
It's a
mind.
girl.
Oh, it is? Is that who we're talking about? She's breaking up her husband or someone? Oh, it is Emily. Okay, Emily's who we're talking about. The girl from the Blurred Lines video. Beautiful.
That girl.
Absolutely beautiful girl. Woman.
Thank you.
Here's something to think about, all right? Instead of saying, oh my God, how dumb is her husband for cheating on her, which I'm never going to be down with cheating, but I'm going to put this in your brain. The guy who's able to get a girl that is that good looking feels like he can get every good looking girl in the world, so why settle for one?
Yeah.
Do you understand? You understand that math? Like,
yes.
Yeah, if he can do that, if he shot his shot and ended up with that, then he feels like he can do whatever he wants.
But that's also some people need to have self-control.
Yeah, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying here is a peek into that guy's brain and why it works the way it does. Him cheating had nothing to do with how attractive his wife was. Right? His cheating had nothing to do, oh, well, now she's a pig. I'm going to go cheat on her. Like, that's clearly not what happened. He just felt like he can do whatever he wants and he can get any girl he wants. And yes, that doesn't mean he's not scum for cheating. Totally different. Some people get comfortable and take what they have for granted. That's true, Claire.
Yeah.
It's just a new way to think about things.
I know,
Again,
I see
I'm not justifying cheating by any means in terms of like the actual act.
But I also think that us normal people compare ourselves to celebrity relationships when it's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
I don't think it should ever be comparable whatsoever because they have things and experience things that we will never, ever, ever experience. And some people are like, oh my God, how do celebrities get married so fast? It's like, well, they don't have to worry about, oh, I can't see you till next week because I have to work late or whatever it is. I can just take my freaking plane to go see you. Like, so much of what they do, like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, is escalated and put on a
Well, yeah,
fast
that's
track.
a whole different thing.
But it's put on a fast track where most of us have regular lives that we deal with and we learn to grow together and figure it out. And they don't. And yeah, they're in love. But then when regular life happens, they fall apart because they never had it.
Shayna FC in the chat said, I think the idea of someone cheating up is easier for someone to understand. So it's easier for people to understand, like, oh, that person that cheated on you was looking for something better. When in fact, that's not necessarily true. It could be true. I'm not saying it's not.
Oh, man.
They're just looking for something else or subconsciously available for something else.
Well, I agree with Shannon that it's easier to understand, but I'd much rather be cheated on with someone not that I don't think is attractive.
I don't know.
Because then I'm going to be like, that's okay. Good luck.
No, I think I would rather, if I had to choose, much like the earlier conversation that we had, I think I would rather know that I was being cheated on with someone that maybe not is better looking, right? Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what the person's looking for. I want someone that looks different than me. Because if it's someone that looks very similar to me, I'm like, what is wrong with you? You went for this again?
Yeah.
Like an idiot? Like, I don't know. Yeah, oftentimes, this is a great point from Dana on Long Island in the chat. They're not looking for better. They're looking for easy. If it's available, then they're looking for it, essentially. Angela in Spokane in the chat. I'd rather someone that's more attractive than me. Again, I don't know more or less attractive, just different, I think is what I would expect.
Anthony and I were talking about this the other day.
Jets quarterback Zach Wilson cheated on his girlfriend with his mom's friend. Both are hot. That is one of my favorite sports stories that's come out. It sucks that it's cheating, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Like, the poor mom.
The poor girlfriend they got cheated on. But it's funny also because the big story when Zach Wilson got drafted at, I believe, number 3 by the Jets, was how hot his mom was at the NFL draft party. Like,
I tell you what, this guy
girlfriend also very attractive.
This guy cannot be trusted by looking at his face.
I agree with that sentiment 100%. He looks like a frat Chad.
How?
I don't know.
Like, he is an attractive man, but if you look at this man's face as a female and you think that man is trustworthy, there should be studies done on you.
So this is an
Just
interesting
saying.
point from Lenny from Queens. He said it's the 80-20 rule in regards to cheating.
Okay.
You get 80% of your relationship wants and needs, but cheaters are seeking that extra 20%. And I think you can build on that by saying cheaters, especially if they're like serial cheaters, right? Because I think there's 2 types. There's like the I made a drunk mistake cheater, and then there's the serial cheater. Neither of which are good. Neither of which are necessarily better than the other. But I think the serial cheater is someone who's always unhappy and always looking for something else.
Yes.
Their spouse, their partner was never going to fill their needs because they were always going to find something that was missing and search for that thing or think they can find that missing piece. Right? No matter how great you are, they were going to find one thing that you don't do and keep that in the back of their minds.
Oh, my friend Hannah.
Do you think once a cheater, always a cheater? I don't.
I gotta pee.
Go pee. We gotta end this in a little bit, but
Hannah's gonna be like, of course she's peeing.
so do you think once a cheater, always a cheater is the comment in the chat from Hannah? Looks like, oh, I can't see the door. Okay, good. I do think people can change. I don't think it is your responsibility if you have been cheated on to wait for that person to change, though. You can say, hey, you might not be a cheater forever, but you did cheat on me, and that is enough for me to say goodbye. I don't think you have to be the person that fixes or sees the progression of the cheater. That's not your responsibility. But I do think people change in general. You know, I think people change with age, people change with maturity, people change with so many different things that go on in their lives that, yes, you can say I cheated once and I would never do that again. So that's kind of where I stand on that. Let's hold on. Scotty just said, just looked up Zach Wilson. Wow, he looks like such a douche. He's a good-looking kid. Who? Zach Wilson.
Looks like what?
A douche, according to Scotty.
He has a punchable face.
Cute face. Like, he's a cute kid. He's a cute, punchable
looking.
face, yeah.
I wouldn't say once a cheater, always a cheater, but I would say like 2 times a cheater, always a cheater, or something like that. Because I think sometimes when you're younger, like in your 20s, you're like, the relationship I'm in doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm not going to marry this person, so why not just cheat on them? Whereas like as you get older and you're still doing those things, that's when I think it's a problem.
Yeah. So is there a cutoff?
I don't know. Everyone's different.
Right? You can't say, oh, once you're 30, once a cheater, always a cheater. Or if you're 25, it's acceptable.
No.
But I do think, and you were in the bathroom when I said this, but I do think people change. I don't think it's the responsibility of the person who was cheated on to wait around for that change, though. I think you're more than okay to say, hey, you could be a different person in 5 years, but the person that you are today hurt me, and we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. So Angela in Spokane said, I would agree. They may not cheat on a new partner just because they did it in the past with someone else, but do you think, there's a lot of cheating talk going on, do you think if you stay with the same partner that you can change? Right? We've addressed you can change with
People
a new
have.
person.
I think people have.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Lisa said, once a cheater, you're a cheater until you go to therapy and figure out what you're seeking in another person and heal that wound within yourself. Stop it. Lenny said, my old roommate cheated on his girlfriend with her twin, and they've been married for 20 years.
Which is
the
they?
girlfriend or
The
the twin? Same person, basically. But and yes, trust is very tough to repair. I agree with that 100%. I knew
What did you say?
I said they're the same person,
Oh.
but we have Lisa and Jen in here, which I was waiting. I was just waiting. We've had you know what's crazy? I think about this every now and then. We've had, 4 sets of twins on the morning show podcast to play games?
My nieces,
Yes.
Lisa and Jen, Kelsey and Megan.
Was Kelsey and Megan Miami and Denver?
No.
So there's 4. That's 4 pairs of...
At least there were more.
At least 4 pairs of twins. All women.
Oh, Heather on Long Island. I'm a twin. Heather on Long Island.
I know,
Have you played a game on the Morning Show podcast? Let me tell you about it. You should sign up.
It's the place for twins, apparently. And yes, I know twins are very different. I lived with 2 of them.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, two guy twins. Dan and Jake Foley, 2 of my best friends.
Yeah, I always wanted to have a twin, but I don't think so.
I did not. I had a brother who, growing up, wanted to do a lot of the things I did, and I hated it.
I think that's why I think like having a younger sister is 3 years younger than you.
Yeah.
Not that you are a twin, but like my mom used to dress us the same and stuff like that, and I was like, never mind, I don't like this. Ooh.
What? Fred said his ex-wife is a twin. A lot of twins in this chat. My cousin had twins. They're 3 years old now. Something like that.
Alicia from the 215 said, I will admit that I cheated once. Our relationship was ending, and I regret that I didn't just end it fully before I moved on. It was a one-time thing, and I live with that guilt every day. I was 28. I'm now 40, and I have moved forward. Okay.
I actually appreciate admitting that because, listen, cheating wouldn't be such a big topic if so many people hadn't done it at some point in their lives. And this is where I go back to people can change. People can be totally different as they age, as they mature, as they move from one part of their life to another. It doesn't mean cheating was ever good. And you don't have to make something whole to move on from it. You know what I mean? You don't have to say, oh, well, there's a reason or a good excuse for this cheating. You could just say, I did a bad thing.
Yeah, and it's
I
fine.
did something that was untrustworthy.
And you don't have to be guilty about it every day.
Yeah.
You ended that relationship. You didn't continue to like sneak around and betray somebody.
I bet you wore some stupid shit when you were 28. You don't wear that anymore when you're 40. You don't have to think about that all the time.
Yeah, but then you wear different stupid shit when you're 40. Desiree said in her graduating class, she had 12 sets of twins. How many people?
Out of how many though? That's a crazy. Because most graduating classes, I feel like, are 200 to 300 people.
Well, we were 117.
Mine was like almost 400. That's a crazy ratio, though.
Bianca said, thank you for telling us about the chapstick that was in our merch bag, or You Look Great bag. I only took out the t-shirt I got yesterday. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah. Search those bags. Make sure there's no extra goodies in there.
I think I only had one set of twins in my class. 2. And 2 of them actually didn't graduate.
I can think of one in my class. But a couple in the school, but in my class, I can think of one.
Yeah, she had 650 people in her graduation.
That's crazy. We do have to get out of here because it is 9:06. We do have a call at 9:30 to hopefully bring on a new partner.
We'll see.
Into either the morning show podcast or not like a person, not like a third, but like a partner.
Oh,
yes.
Speaking of, I believe on this Thursday, my friend Hannah will be here piercing my nose.
So we are bringing in a third. Okay. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Thank you for getting us to 400% of the hype train today. That was really cool. That's why we took 2 shots earlier. And don't forget, you may have missed this earlier. If you are getting You Look Great merch in the mail, do us a favor, take a horizontal picture and a vertical picture and send it to us at hello@carlamarineanthony.com because we want to put a couple cool things together for social and for here on Twitch. And we would love to see you in the merch. Did Carla Marie make her announcement? No, that might come up on Thursday, and that is what we are going to leave you with. Peace out.